But my first piece of advice to you young people out there who are screaming and crying about not having influence is this: be excellent at your job. This is the first thing that you can do to develop influence with people up the chain. You see, back in the day, I had a lot of opinions, shocker, but I had a lot of opinions. I had a lot of ideas about how we could make the department better. And I had this mindset because I was immature and I didn't know how the world worked. But I had this mindset that if these idiots would only listen to me, like all of our problems would be solved. Anybody ever felt that way? Say amen. But here's the problem. I am now one of the idiots. And so when I got to my position, I started going like, I thought this would be easier. I thought I had all this figured out when I got down there. And as I've gone through my career, what I've figured out is that the higher I go and the more I learn, the less I know and the less control that I actually have. And so I started thinking about who are the people in my organization who have influence on me. And so the minimum criteria for having influence with me is to be excellent at your job. And from my perspective, if you want to teach your folks how to be excellent at their job, there's 3 things you can tell them. The first is make the most of the opportunity that you have. I have a lot of people, because they're so impatient and they want more right now, that they act like the job that they have is beneath them. And when you act like the job that you have is beneath you, I'm not really likely to give you another job. I need you to be great at the job that you have because there's a reason you're in that job. There's a reason that you're in that job, and that's because that job is important and it needs to get done. So tell your folks, make the most of the opportunity that you have. And that looks different for everybody. That's what I love about this profession is there's not one path to success. You can choose your own adventure, and that's fun. The second is become a student of the game. Whatever game you're in, learn the profession. When you go back to that previous slide of Tom Brady, nobody can say that he doesn't know his profession. As a matter of fact, he knows his profession and his position as a quarterback, but he knows the jobs of every single person on the field. He knows what every single person on the field's responsibility is at every second of the game. And that's why he's so good at what he does. And then the third thing is don't live in your job description. One of the things that just turns me cold and rubs me the wrong way is when somebody says, "Is that in my job description?" That drives me nuts because that tells me that you're just here collecting a paycheck, that you're just here to put in the minimum effort. And so as a boss, I tell people, don't live in your job description. And we have a joke in Alpharetta. We've got these big, long job descriptions, probably like you guys do. And you guys probably have something similar to what we have, which is the last line of that job description. And I don't know about your job description, but my job description says other duties as assigned. And I joke that is my job description because I don't typically do all this other stuff up here. I'm not putting people in jail that often. I'm doing all the other stuff that comes up. And ultimately, it's my ability and my willingness to do all of the other stuff that comes up that has made me successful, that has made me someone that my boss says, you know what, this guy gets it. Let me give him some more to do. And so don't live in your job description.